the Friday night. We ready to get started? I hope everybody having a good day. Tori, you having a good day?
You already know.
What's up, Malphas? This your boy Malphas. Man, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. Back in the office, just looking amazing. That's an interesting day. We got more news than what we normally had today. We was gonna focus strictly on the women and the women's tag team championships, but we're gonna get to that in the second half of the video. But first half, something happened today. It's a lot happened today, by the way. Speaking of, we'll talk about Just a Fan Live again tomorrow. Marvel dropped some big news to her. Logan and all that stuff. I know people don't really care about it, but Logan is on Disney Plus, rated mature. Marvel Zombies is rated mature also. So Disney said we are willing to go mature. So hopefully that's some good news for a bunch of shows that y'all like.
Hopefully they're willing to go that way in the movies too.
But Disney owns WWE tonight, so. Well, they don't. Well, they don't own it, but they are got the television right tonight, so it could lead on it. And Vincent Kennedy McMahon retires. By the way, Tori, how are you doing? How's everything? Let's get in the video.
You already know. Your local neighborhood scumbag here to give the folks their daily dose of dirtbag. Man, you don't know the gimmick now. You do, and we're here to celebrate or lament the end of an era. I do suppose.
I think you should. I think it's both, right? It's a little bit of both, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. He's done a lot of bad, but he's done a lot of good.
Apparently, according to Fightful, I know they're going live right now, but according to Fightful, Vince McMahon has released all duties. So not just as CEO, he did just retire as CEO because we know he already resigned as CEO temporarily, but now he's retired completely from even creative, and to the fact that he hasn't even been there since Monday. So him and Kevin Dunn is not there tonight. So Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon, so maybe you won't get all those crazy camera cuts.
My headache could be possibly avoided. We'll see.
Yeah, so we're starting a little early because we're gonna watch the show a little bit. So it's gonna be. I'm interested. I want to watch because I want to see what they do. How is creative changing?
What is the big difference without Vince and Gorilla?
Yeah, that's something.
Has Triple H already been moved in there?
I know today he got his VP of Talent Relations back. So we know that happened.
Yeah.
Which could have been kind of a lead-in. It could have kind of been a lead-in that we could have presented. Like, I thought Vince didn't want him back as that. So, but Vince ain't there no more, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and if Triple H really is taking over, if you're an old school NXT fan like me, Triple H taking over is all that I've thought about since early 2015. So I always thought Vince would have to kick the bucket for him to not be running things, but apparently 12 million girls and an unvalidated number of women is enough to get him out of there. Hopefully Johnny Ace too. Send Bruce Pritchard with him. We can find something Bruce Pritchard did, goddammit. He was right next to Vince.
Well, technically, Bruce the only one left, right? He's the only one there tonight. So
man, but get him out of there.
Tori, by the way, out of all these people, Bruce is the one that has no dirt on his name, and he's the one Tori dislikes the worst. Like, Tori, like, why come you are such a nerd that you couldn't be with Vince on these?
Yeah, like how Johnny Ace. Kevin, have you seen Kevin Dunn? How is Kevin Dunn out here smacking the illicit paralegal hoes, but fucking goddamn Bruce Pritchard's too scared. He's like, no, I think I'm gonna stay in, guys. You go out there and snort rails and rally these hookers. I'm gonna stick behind and try and rethink the Undertaker up. Only good thing I've ever done with my life. Mark Calloway rode off into the sunset with it.
Well, he said he has Glenn Jacobs, who is apparently under a little fire for some of the things he said.
Yeah, I mean, goddamn, thank goodness the Undertaker got out and didn't go into politics.
But It's a lot. It's a lot. It's implications. Everybody talking about what's happening with NXT now. Is it going back? I doubt it goes
Yeah.
completely back. I think Shawn
Is Triple
Michaels.
H running everything, or are we gonna keep on letting Shawn run NXT and Triple H takes over SmackDown and Raw? I'm behind it, bro.
I,
I'm
unlike Tori,
behind the
I'm
Triple H
interested
led
in.
regime.
I'm interested. NXT 2.0 is so. I don't know what I'm getting every week, so I enjoy it.
I'm gonna take your word for it. You know I don't watch it.
Like Tori doesn't like the inconsistent. I like not knowing if what's gonna happen, and sometimes NXT 2.0 is absolutely terrible. Sometimes it is amazing. Uh, I I think
It's
it's
nothing like
confirmed.
the NXT of old days.
Oh no, that was consistently good. But Cora Jade, I told this is gonna be part of the second thing, but
Did she
Cora,
trash? Did she trash a title I saw somewhere on Twitter?
yeah, she did the Medusa. That's in the second half of the thing. We don't want to get into. But
Okay,
her heel
okay.
promo was exactly what I thought it'd be because I'm telling you, she's that good girl that when you tell her to act like a bad guy, she'll kill it because she always wanted to be the bad girl that's never the good girl. And I'm like, this is her role. And I told Tori before that, even though I'm still mad that they pushed it way too fast and didn't build a story off of it at all. Like,
Yeah.
it's her
As
to do this
long as
because we
I
ain't got no
mean, look
plan.
at how long they have that belt on
A
Mandy
week. They won.
Rose.
Oh, you talking about Mandy Rose? I said they won the tag belt a
Yeah, I'm
week
talking
before.
about how long they have the belt on Mandy Rose before they got to Cora.
Yeah. We don't know when they're gonna get. Mandy
Almost
still
a
got.
year.
Yeah, she still has it. So Mandy Rose still has the belt, but
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah. But we'll talk about this in the second half because I really want to get into out of the four title holders of the women's tag team division, only one is not vacant. It's insane to me. But
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
like you have four titles belts of the tag team division, and only one has it on them. So that's insanely
Yeah.
wild. Hey,
But we're gonna get
Vince's
to
last
that.
thing he did was throw away the women NXT Women's Tag Team title. Was that a message to Sasha Banks and Naomi?
Oh, I'd like to think it was. People will be like, "No, that's a reach. That's too far." But it's Vince we're talking about.
Tori, that's
This
the
man
last
had
thing he ever
people,
did, Tori. With a belt.
bro,
The
and
last
that could be. That's lit. I
so
mean, it would prove how much of a mark that it struck with him when Medusa did it, or whatever we want to call her nowadays.
cause
I forget what her actual name is.
yeah, cause no other belt was defended.
Alundra Blaze. That's probably not her name. That was probably another wrestling name, but
It's Medusa,
that
but
was her
I
other
don't
name.
forgot what her name was in WCW because it was forgettable. But like that's the last thing he did with a belt under his creative was throw a tag
Yeah,
match.
he was like, maybe that he's telling people that's what this company's gonna feel like. Y'all been wanting me gone for so long. You thought it's been bad. This is what you're finna get with WWE minus the V.
Yeah, they did say that when Medusa threw that belt away, he was upset about it because that was disrespectful. And then the last thing he do is throw the belt away, so he might be sending a message to Sasha and Naomi.
Yeah,
This is what I thought about your
he
tag
might
team.
be. Hey, he might be sending a message to the fans as well. Like y'all thought it was bad. Now wait till you see what it's like now that I'm gone.
We'll see
And
tonight, though. That's interesting.
I hope it's going to be amazing though, because I've been rooting for Vince to leave for so long that I'm sort of crestfallen now that he's actually gone.
Like, what do I have to look forward to? Tony
Yeah,
Khan.
I'm like,
Tony Khan made a statement that
bro.
he is
Okay,
not
I'm glad you said that because that's one thing I don't know if people are paying attention to the larger implications
that the Khans
that
own
this.
wrestling.
No, but see, I'm thinking of it from a different point of view. Everybody's been wanting to go to AEW, but is a Triple H ran WWE more enticing, honestly? Because look at the amazing wrestling that he put on in NXT, and for all of us, even the wrestlers, they can. I know of a few that even thought the exact same thing that like once Vince stepped down, Triple H was going to take over the WWE and bring that same black and gold feeling to Raw and SmackDown. Now, if he were to do that with the characters that are in play, which are largely from the tail end of his era of NXT, I mean, you've got people like Ciampa in there that they could be doing much better with. I don't care if you sit him next to Logan Paul or not. He could be doing a lot more. So if I were Tony Khan, I don't know, I might be a little worried if Triple H really is taking over because we've already seen what he can do on a smaller scale with NXT. Now, if he does that same thing with Raw and SmackDown,
And
can you compete with that?
Plus, when he took over SmackDown at one time when Vince then was trapped overseas, it was an amazing show.
Yeah.
You know who would be the most excited by Triple Andrade? Because I promise you, ain't nobody else.
Oh yeah, he would be ready to run right back. He would be like, he is already having Charlotte make the phone calls to get him out of the contract. He's like, I want to come home. If Triple H is taking over, I want to come home. He treated me so well.
Andrade, like in WWE on the main roster, treated like trash basically, and then we got the AEW, and he's treated like the main women's title on AEW, not only TV. That better defend on Dark every week.
How you gonna have your world title on your YouTube show? I think I went to the group chat when that
happened. Haven't she had like 2 or 3 championship matches on Dark and Elevation, and they ain't even been on?
That's
TV?
Crazy, bro. All CM Punk would never. Would never.
I got Gerald here. Let's get him in there. Gerald, what's good, my guy?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
What's happening, peoples?
That's good, my guy.
Not much, man. Just chilling.
Talk about the implications of the departure of Vincent Kennedy McMahon from the WWE at large. The wider implications it could have.
The first implication I'm seeing is Brock leaving. Now I know
Johnny Gargano got. I feel like he even said on his thing that he doesn't know where he fits on the main roster. He's not going back to NXT. And he doesn't. And he's at AEW. It's like 10 versions of me, and they all like fighting for that same spot. So he's like, I don't know where I fit in. Now he got a place to fit in.
Oh yeah.
That was my point with the Triple H. How enticing to all these free agent wrestlers out there. How enticing is a Triple H ran main roster? We know what kind of magic the man can make.
Karrion Kross is excited. He don't have a contract.
Bro, Karrion Kross is so happy he didn't go nowhere yet. He has probably been
a free agent too. So
but I don't know how much goodwill he has with the company, because I mean I understand he's been to treatment and I'm all for that. You know,
right now, though. He looks way better.
Yeah, he looks amazing, but he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way when he was in WWE.
That was mostly because they can blame Enzo for that.
It was because of Enzo. You can blame it on Enzo.
You can blame that on Enzo.
It depends on what do you think that the upper man, but I guess a lot of the upper brass is gone now. I was gonna say the niggas are real. Okay, I take that back. I didn't think with Vince and Johnny Ace and Kevin Dunn, hopefully we need the people. I make a plea. Let's find out something that Bruce Pritchard did too. Let's just get them all out of there. If we're gonna get them all out of there, Bruce Pritchard shouldn't still be there. Listen, the Undertaker has retired. Any goodwill that man has engendered from you fans should be gone now.
Yeah.
As I sit here wearing an Undertaker shirt, I still mean that.
But wait, if Vince was in charge of Undertaker, he would have been the gobbledygooker. So we might have to thank.
That's
Vince.
True. Yeah.
Man.
We might have to thank.
I hate that you might be right, Zalmay, and Bruce Pritchard was just too square to be out here slapping paralegals with Johnny Ace and Vince. And Kevin Dunn, apparently. That's still... One minute he's working the cameras, the next minute he's out here with Vince. Man.
The problem why the camera angles go
crazy,
he got the distracted.
Bro.
Yeah, he pressed that button like crazy, Jared.
Have we said whether or not Vince still has this? Does Vince still own the majority of stocks in the company, though? I mean, he can retire from working at the company. He's still the majority stockholder.
Hey, listen, if he ain't in charge of creative, that's all I care about. Gerald, your thought?
And a lot of people have been wishing for Vince to be gone from the company. And I was just talking over with some of the homeboys, was like, they can't watch the product anymore, mainly because they have all the talent. They have more talent than any other year, any other era right now, and only pushing about 4 people. And those 4, I mean, when it comes to the men, they're pushing some more, like Liv Morgan, and we'll get into those tag team titles later.
Yeah,
but the 4 big guys that they're pushing: Roman, Brock, Bobby, Drew, and those are the only 4 that can carry the company. But
well, they got Seth, but Seth can lose and still be the top guy.
Yeah, but I think that they finally realized that Seth is like the truest meaning of a jack of all trades in wrestling. Seth can do everything and anything in this business. He's proved it, from babyface champ to heel jobber, and he does it all amazingly.
Gerald, listen to this, Gerald. Seth Rollins has had 49 losses this year, and he's still considered the top guy.
And he a top guy.
That's how amazing he is.
And he's one of the original products. He's one of the original products of Triple H's NXT.
Yeah, he said that on the internet this week. He's like, "Yo, I can lose, and they'll put me in the main event of SummerSlam this week."
I mean, that's how Becky Lynch is right now. But see,
think these are all Triple H made products, bro.
Yeah.
We saw 3 straight matches with Cody Rhodes.
Seth Rollins was the first ever NXT champion.
But see, even Seth being a top dog, he ain't seen like those 4.
Oh, that's because he ain't pushed right now.
But you got to remember,
Cody would be in there too. But Cody,
he had his money. Yeah, if Cody was here, we'd have a whole different story. I feel like. I think, and Cody with Triple H could be something magic making, bro.
And I don't want nepotism with Cody though, because I feel like he's changed. If
anything, Cody earned nepotism. I just want to say that if anything, he's fucking earned it. Like that line that Corey Graves put out from undesirable to undeniable, it's spot on, bro. He literally left him completely racist.
And like, I don't want the fans to think it's nepotism, because I was like, Cody, he earned that. Yeah, he did earn that. I don't want them to think that they're just doing that because of, opposite of AEW, which WWE would be known for. It'd be opposite of AEW. No, Cody has actually, he fought with his titty purple. So, I mean, what else can you do? He deserves to be.
He fought with a broken freaking pec, bro.
Exactly. Like, he deserves to be top guy. But he needs the title shot as soon as he gets back. We're all in agreement on that. Like, he needs one of them belts. Roman got to come up off of one. And see, I look at Seth Rollins like the way I looked at Chris Jericho. Like,
see, and that's not a bad light as long as you don't turn out like later Jericho.
Yeah, like But like, I look at him the same way. Like, he is a top guy. People will always love him, but there's only certain pets. Like, Roman is Vince Pet. Brock is Vince Pet. Drew would be Vince Pet if he was heel, but you can't have, all them heel. Like, if Drew was heel,
Vince did call him the chosen one, so Drew.
Yeah, that's true.
I was gonna say
he gave him a dopest song ever for Ricky. I have never.
I want that song back. I want that song back.
Every time
cold.
Every time a person come up. They have this more generic song. Even Ciampa, they changed it to a generic song. Drew got the coldest song they ever sang.
Roman's is a little generic.
It's kind of like a video game boss, though.
With the Shield theme. He was like, "Let me get the Shield theme. Can I just have that?"
I like it because it sounds like a video game generic boss character thing.
But Seth's got the most banging intro though. Like, there's just something about it. It's just.
That's what I do like.
I mean,
Cody, to me, Cody's is my favorite entrance right now.
Yeah, but Cody's is only because Cody's is a legitimately licensed song, though. You know what I mean? It wasn't made by whatever WWE in-house creator makes everybody else. That's why I'm so surprised by Seth's, because it was made by a WWE in-house creator, where Cody's was made by some band that got a whole bunch more plays.
Triple H, give Drew his song back. Please give Drew that.
Please.
Yeah, give him back his original one. Stop this goddamn bagpipe nonsense.
We need the Broken Dreams back. Because if he come out at that UK show against Roman with Broken Dreams, I'm pop.
He might convince me he could get a belt. He might convince.
Yeah, I'd go off. I think Sheamus should have his own song too. I'm kind of tired of that whole.
Man, I don't talk about Sheamus because we've done Pete Dunne so bad. But Triple H is there now. Maybe he could redeem Pete Dunne and Tommaso Ciampa. All these people who've been so hurt by Vince's reign. Triple H could fix that.
See, Daniel Bryan was going to be another product.
Bryan Danielson.
Brian Danielson. Brian Danielson.
We talking about WWE. He's okay.
Look.
We talking about WWE version. He was on WWE. He was called Daniel Bryan 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. Tony kind of a super mark for that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a petty nigga, so I might not. I'd be like, no, you can't get no goddamn video messages, nigga. What's wrong with you?
But Jared,
we're in competition.
But Jared, I want to get your thoughts on this, and then we're gonna let you whatever you want to say. I think with Nick Khan being the co-CEO with Stephanie, it's the chances went like 10,000% that you could get a co-show now with AEW. Vince would never do it.
Vince would never.
Vince would never do that show.
To tell you the truth, I don't think them coming on, to support John Cena was, I think Vince probably said no, and then they was like, no, we should. Having Chris Jericho and all them come on.
But Vince likes Chris Jericho and Daniel Bryan.
I was gonna say Vince likes Chris.
The people that came on was people like you didn't see.
And he loves Daniel Bryan.
He said Daniel Bryan like his son, and Chris Jericho was defending him on True Jordan podcast the other day. You think?
Yeah, but he defended him and threw Brock under the bus for calling him the F word at the same time. He did it slick like.
I mean, Chris Jericho beat up Goldberg, so I don't know. Brock he a little different. Brock a little strong, but I think he said he would have bit his nose off. He said he would have bit Brock Lesnar's nose off.
Yeah. Jared, what's your thoughts? Let's get Jared's thoughts.
I know you good. A crossover, I'd love to see. The only way I'd love to see it though is if Big E is okay, so we can get Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus the New Day, like we've been wanting for the last 6 years. I really, really have to see that. I'm not too sure though, because the way Tony Khan got a few of his stars set up, there's only a certain few who can't lose, and Roman right now can't lose at all. He is Fox.
Good, no one.
and that's what the problem is, because the way WWE has it set up, you literally have somebody who can't lose, then a bunch of people who can lose on any given night. The way Tony Khan has his set up right now, he got 3 or 4 people who can't lose. The what's his name? Wardlow. I think I said his name wrong. He started with a W. Wardlow. Yeah, I have trouble saying his name. But like he can't lose. John Moxley just won the interim title. He can't lose. CM Punk can't lose. Kenny Omega can't lose. Adam Cole can kind of lose, and
Adam Cole loses all over the place.
He loses a lot.
Yeah, and that
hurt me though. By the way, to say that.
It's not. How you get the Undisputed Era and do nothing with them? But all 3 of them are injured right now.
But Kenny Omega is rumored to be coming back soon, and
he'll
give
be back
AEW a big
But I want to say this: they let Christian Cage beat Kenny Omega, bro.
But that was technically that wasn't on their show. That was on another show that they don't.
Well, no, it was on their show. It was for another.
Yeah, for the Impact. Yeah.
Title.
Oh yeah, but
yeah.
Shout out to Joe in the chat. What you say, Joe?
That's a joke. No, I mean, that's just. I can't see anybody in AEW beating the character that they created in Roman.
Oh, no,
or Brock, or like a Brock.
But Brock, technically, according to the report, Gerald, he said if Vince ain't here, I ain't here, and he left SmackDown. He's supposed
to that's huge.
I'm going home.
Hey, I mean,
title shot's gone. Every automatic title shot's gone now.
Oh yeah, he might have to take a couple pins. He's out of there.
To tell you the truth, that might be the best thing for anybody else, i.e. Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley,
all these young up and comers. Brock is gone.
Sami Zayn, they may pull that trigger on that storyline, which I just love Sami right now. Like honestly, Sami or Kevin, I mean,
jack of all trades too. Sami Zayn can lose and still.
Yeah, Sami's a go.
He'll always be over.
He used to make me pop his El Generico. This guy was a freaking mime luchador for a year and did amazing work. Come on now.
Yeah, but what you saying, Jared?
I know. I mean, because you talk about AEW versus WWE. I feel like it'd be like the Survivor Series we watched that one year where Raw won everything. And I think that was like 2 years ago. And I just feel like WWE would try to pull strings to where they win everything instead of giving AEW a chance to win something.
That's the reason I said it would never happen if Vince was in charge.
Yeah,
that's true.
Vince
That's
was
true.
like, we ain't losing no matches. And Triple H is definitely like, okay, this will make us a lot of money. Nick Khan don't care about none of this. Nick Khan is straight. If you know him and his family from NBC and Peacock, they care about the most money they can get. And he's the co-CEO. So he's like, I don't care how many we got to lose. How much money would this make? How big of the stadium we going to be in? Is it 100,000 people? Can it fill 100,000 people? Because if it can, I don't care who lose.
If it'll fill up a stadium, we might do it.
Yeah. Well, I got a question for y'all. If they did a crossover, what's your top 3 matches?
You would have to do my fantasy booking. I would somehow put the Shield together in a weird way that they had to fight
to take on the Elite.
Yeah, something like weird.
Make John Moxley be a traitor so we can get the Shield versus Kenny and the Bucks.
It don't have to be that. It's like John Moxley the champ.
I mean, he don't like Kenny and the Bucks.
And Kenny and the Bucks just jump him every week, and then you gotta somehow make it work where Roman and Seth would just make a deal because Roman hates Seth. But they both love John. So somehow
be a traitor.
But they both love John Moxley. You have to forget that last month of John.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Just don't remember the Vince and the stinky era and all that. Vince is
the anal inoculations.
Yeah, that basically made Dean leave and help create AEW with Chris Jericho, basically. Because let's be honest, that's the reason they created. If you didn't have them two names, AEW probably wouldn't be on TV. But
no, he wouldn't have got off the ground.
You know what I'm saying? You got Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose, 2 former WWE champions. Okay, we can make this work. And then you made him bring up his cancer and call him weak, and Dean, and you could see how it affected him. Even when he said it, he was like, and you can look at his eyes, and you can say, "Oh yeah, he about to leave."
Yeah, you can tell he was like, "This is so distasteful," and everybody
just left, dog. From
he had Vince all over. Vince don't care. Is he gonna survive the cancer? We're gonna talk about it.
That's probably why it might be the best thing for Vince to go.
Yeah.
Like Vince retiring might be the best thing for him.
But
how many more NDAs are about to be disregarded now that Vince is leaving? Though
they're probably gonna go away from the major news sections because he ain't done no more.
Yeah, of course.
But that was only one match though, May.
So I'm thinking somehow make it work because Seth still doesn't hate. They made up at the end, I guess, so that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I guess you just figure a way to make Roman and Seth just like, hey, we got to help our one friend, but you have to make it make sense in a way. And you have to probably have Kenny Omega and Roman could just like do some bull and like, I don't want to be. They claim he won the award over me since they can bring it up now since Vince ain't there. They can bring up Wrestle Observers Awards. He got second place in because you couldn't do that with Vince. You could never bring that up.
No, Vince wouldn't let you. But I don't care about no goddamn. What was it? It was Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, so now he can bring it up and like Kenny beat me, and then he can play off his ego character because his character is all about insecurity and ego.
Yeah, it's literally all about his ego.
It's literally acknowledge me because I'm insecure.
I was about to say that's the gimmick, yo.
Yeah, that's the way. I mean,
you can make it work with a good story. So
you can, you can make it work with a good story.
Ego too.
He do. To tell you the truth, I'd want to see Roman and Kenny 1-on-1 just because they was there, top 500, 1 and 2. I would like to see them 1-on-1. I'll tell you a match that when nobody really think about is Jade versus Charlotte Flair. I'd like to see that. I want Jade to be better.
The idea of it.
The idea of it.
Charlotte could carry.
Chelsea Green to one of the best match of her career. Still, I'm still looking for a better match. Some people will disagree with that, but I'm telling you, still Chelsea Green still the best match she ever had was with Charlotte to this day.
Let's see, and now to ask y'all that because I want to see WWE originals versus AEW originals. Like Young Bucks and the Usos, master the super kicks, put a stipulation online, something along those lines.
Gerald, you were Gerald. We forgot how good the Usos was until that last pay-per-view. Oh my God, that match was amazing.
They so good. They so good.
I got chills. I'm like, I forgot how good the Usos really was.
That's what I'll never. Because like, bro, you got to think the Usos are. They are mature at this point. Like they're for real. Like they're in their prime right now as we're speaking. Mm-hmm. Even with the DUIs and stuff. I mean, physically, like art wise, wrestling wise, everything wise, they're in their prime.
Yeah,
they just don't get a show. They just didn't get to show it all that much unless it was really.
Like, I mean, I give it to Roman. He brought the best out of Jey Uso.
Oh, that match was
that was one of the best Hell in a Cell matches I've seen in years, bro.
Can we please get Roman back to that.
That's the Roman I want.
No, I think he got too much money he's getting too much money now. They bumped up that contract. He ain't trying to. He's like, man, I done survived cancer twice.
Like when he was acting, when he put the acting in the match, when he would fake cry and do this, and then be like,
yeah,
I'm like, this dude is on another level right now.
I think one match I'd really like to see. I want to see Seth Rollins versus Darby Allin. I
was thinking of that same match. I was thinking of that.
I think that would be one of the most visually crazy matches ever. Just with the way Darby bumps with reckless abandon and how Seth can pull out. Seth's still one of the only people I've ever seen do a Phoenix splash off the second rope. And people forget he can do stuff like that.
Yeah,
my favorite match I want to see out of anything is Seth versus Will Ospreay because I know that's gonna be like
okay. Because that's New Japan.
That's what I'm saying.
Not AEW.
Because they still talk noise to each other randomly, knowing that he might never wrestle.
That match would be beyond sick.
It's already built. You don't need to do this. He a broke boy.
Hey. Has Will Ospreay? I've watched him a little bit through, New Japan. He's changed.
Will Ospreay is amazing. He has a legitimate claim to being one of the best in the world.
And like his whole attitude has changed. Like at first, I didn't really like him that much because like I don't hear much from him. But now him, clowning on Kenny Omega, saying he the best. Yeah. I'm liking
Once he put on that 40 pounds of muscle, he changed.
I see.
I'm gonna give him Will Ospreay credit when he put Kenny Omega finish and then made the dude.
It made him. That was tight.
Yeah, when he did it and then pulled him back up, I was like, bro, this is top tier.
It's the second time it ever been kicked out of. Oh my God! Bro. It's not protected anymore.
But I always have to put it out there. Kota Ibushi kicked out of the one winged angel in 2008, just for everyone's prosperity's sake.
Three times, Santor. 3 times it been kicked.
I was going to say Kota Ibushi is kicked out of the one winged angel, but that Will Ospreay, that's the stuff that's just.
That's what makes you want to see that match.
Wrestling-wise, in-ring, Will Ospreay top. Jay White is character work in New Japan is top notch.
Yeah, Jay White's in-ring character work is phenomenal, like next level, and his in-ring work is slowly starting to. But he wrestles like an old school heel though. Like he slows it down a lot.
Yeah,
he's more in-ring. Kenny Omega said in his interview. But
you gotta remember Will Ospreay switched his whole style though, because he used to be. Remember that match him and Ricochet had back in the day? Them niggas did like 80 flips all over the ring before a single lockup.
But y'all want to know something that would hit? We just going on fantasy booking since Vince not here.
Yeah. I was gonna say anything's possible with Vince gone.
If Wardlow hit that middle of that ring. And Bobby Lashley, he like anybody there you can go get. And Bobby Lashley stood, and they just stood right in front of each other. The crowd don't pop.
That'd be fire.
Yeah, I pop loud.
Yeah, Wardlow versus Bobby Lashley is nasty.
That's nice, actually. That's really.
I did not think of that one. That is fire.
Big beefy man slapping meat.
Big beefy man slapping meat.
Big E would be salivating. He is going to be ringside to that match, even though he's not in it.
Oh, he'd have to see. Oh man, I miss New Day.
That's a good one. Wardlow versus Bobby Lashley.
That's really good. Yeah,
It's just the image of it would just be hype.
Yeah.
It would be a short match though, but there'd be so many amazing power spots that it'd be worth it. It would be brutal.
Bobby Lashley is if they doing champion versus champion at Survivor Series, they doing Bobby Lashley versus Gunther, and that's gonna be Gunther versus Bobby Lashley. That's gonna be fire.
Yeah, that could be fire. Gunther. Why are we calling him? Okay, hopefully now that Vince is gone, Triple H is gonna make an executive decision, and his name will be Walter again.
Well, at least he got the least to complain about because Vince pushing him to the moon.
Yeah, but man, like the chance of Walter or what made it so amazing.
Pete Dunne is scrappy dude right now, Tor.
That's true. It's so man. His name is Butch.
He's like a little pit bull that they just grab and he jumps on people and attack and then they had to grab him off. I'm like, are you a dog?
I'd like to see Pete Dunne versus Pac. I think that'd be a super sick match.
Ooh. I'm not ready for all them finger bendings and flips.
Yeah, like it would be. Yo,
should I do it for Tori?
Point manipulation would be wild.
I should do this just for Tori right now. Johnny Gargano signed back with WWE versus Andrade again. Run it back.
Bro.
That was one of the best matches I ever seen.
It was
it's so amazing.
There's few matches I cried on. That was one of them. I was like, man, this match so good. I said, I ain't no punk.
Just run it back one more time. Just for the show. Run it back.
What is AEW doing with Andrade?
Nothing.
Well, they brought in his brother, so maybe they're gonna throw him into their tag team division.
Gerald, he doing nothing. Even when Andrew,
they brought in Russo. They brought in Russo.
Yo, please, somebody, Shanky. What is that?
Woo. Vince is leaving. Let's pray for it. Vince is gone.
Barry can literally carry him and talking, even if he a big dude. Barry is funny on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Veer got them jokes on Twitter, bro. Like, if they let him be who he is on Twitter, on TV, that nigga is over like Rover.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of things they could change and do better under.
And it could all be possible under Triple H's regime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like it's a totalitarianistic dynasty right now. Let Triple H hostile take over and just make wrestling better.
Yeah. And honestly, it's like Vince, he has no connection with NXT. Why is he head of creative? Like, you wouldn't bring up Pete Dunne, who was one of the best wrestlers you have, and has some of the best matches you've had on NXT. Call him Butch and put him at a bowler cap. And put him at a cap. Like, that's why Adam Cole left. Because he didn't want to have a small haircut.
He got a bun with a hat on. I'm like, how that work?
Yeah. He probably was like, I'm not cutting my hair, and Vince was like, well, then you got to wear a hat because only big, strong guys can have long hair in the WWE.
I agree with that. That's why we gotta get Vince's mindset out of there. We don't have time for that 70s, 80s, 2000s. Yeah.
Well, like I said, Vince is gone, and Triple H is back in the starting. Well, there's nothing starting about being vice president of talent relations, but he should be at Gorilla.
Yeah.
And hopefully he will be before it's all said and done.
Yeah, we got Johnny Ace gone. He left us with some gorgeous women on NXT. I'm like, I don't know what on earth did you say. He
found his stepdaughters in a lingerie magazine, bruh, and then turned them into women's champions.
Hey, listen.
Then married their mom.
By the way, Tiffany Stratton is so impressive. Even on Tuesday, she is amazing.
Hey, she's fine. I don't even think I've seen her wrestle yet. I take your word that she's good.
I showed you the match with her and Roxy.
Okay.
And she did that little splash.
I smoke a lot of weed, bruh. I watch a lot of wrestling.
We watched her versus Roxanne in the Breakout Championship.
We did? Okay. Bro.
He said, bro.
I'm like, Tori, you gotta watch. Yo, for all them pretty girls they put on.
Yo, I know she's every picture I see of her though, I know I stop and like, damn.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Now the last one he signed Valerie from MMA. That
I saw her before she got signed. I said, okay. So okay, fantastic.
So he left us with some before. Now we get
Does
back
this
to
make you wonder what they're gonna do? What are they gonna do with The Rock's daughter with Vince not there?
Push her to the moon. She the Rock daughter. What you mean?
I was gonna say, is she gonna get to keep her name though?
No, she said she didn't. I don't know. Vince might be telling them the lie. So I don't know.
I was about to say, bro, I find it so hard to believe that none of these people want to wrestle under their actual names.
I can believe hers because everybody. We literally call her the Rock's daughter. If she
want
to make a name for herself.
That's right. I don't know her actual name. I literally just know her as the Rock's daughter.
So she's like, I'm gonna make my own name instead of my father's name. So I can believe that over like a lot of these people. Like, oh,
she better hit the eyebrow though. If she don't hit the eyebrow, she ain't gonna get over.
Yo, just imagine the pop she get when she.
Yo, first people's elbow she hits, it's over.
Speaking of The Rock, so I heard through the grapevine that Roman is going to be in the new Hobbs and Shaw that they're filming, and that's why he's been taking some time off to also set up with The Rock versus Roman for WrestleMania.
He was in the first one.
Yeah, exactly, and they're thinking about making him the villain in the second one.
I heard he's been doing. I heard he's been planning on doing. He even said on an interview, like, "Hey, I ain't gonna be doing these house shows. I'm probably doing movies or something." So he gonna get on that little Brock. He gonna probably get on that John Cena schedule soon. It ain't gonna quite be the John Cena schedule now. It's gonna be like when John Cena first started doing movies. Y'all remember how he did when he first started?
Got the talent for him to go. There's so many amazing people on the WWE roster.
Finish his story though. That's the one thing I need.
Oh yeah, they gotta finish the story, but I'm saying it's
Cody,
not. It's not
somebody else, but Cody
they can turn it around to where it's not something where they have to keep bringing them back like a Goldberg or a Brock. You know what I mean?
They can do it like they do John Cena, just for like.
Exactly.
I feel like they should get the title off of him.
You want to be a respectable part timer.
I want to get the Raw title off of him and put that on Bobby Lashley.
It's gotta go on Cody.
Well, I mean, when Cody gets back, like, because Cody ain't gonna be back for a minute. I'd rather have
Roman for like the real crowning to happen. I think he had. Because think about
Roman ain't been pinned in 3 years, dog.
That's what I'm saying.
You want that moment to go to Cody? Well, see, because
I do. I want that moment to go to Cody.
So you want Cody? Do you want Cody for Raw or Cody for Smack? I want them to split. Like I want
the first one to go to Cody.
He want the first one to go to Cody.
I want the first one to go to Cody.
I want that first pin.
That first pin.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that first pin.
Because that first pin gonna be a star making thing. Right?
Yeah, like that's gonna be a cementer.
That first pin going to Theory.
Oh,
bro, that'd be crazy. I'd be behind that. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm a super big Austin Theory fan. I have been for years, bro. Give it to him, man.
You know what they ought to do on Raw? Since Vince not there no more, every wrestler should just jump Austin Theory because he been talking about I'm Vince protege. Y'all
can't because he's been Vince McMahon's protege for so long. Just have everyone he's ever wronged come out and beat the shit out of him. I'm here for that.
They can do that Survivor Series. That would be dope. Like, I'm finna cash in and Dolph Ziggler just kick him and then everybody else just jump.
Oh, he goes to cash in his money in the bank and the whole roster just comes out and jumps him.
They're just beating. Yeah, I'll enjoy that.
Yeah, I want to because
they see him coming with the briefcase and attack him before he decides to. Yeah.
I like that's long-term story booking too, because I'm Vince protege. Y'all can't do nothing. He was slapping Pat McAfee and he couldn't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
And he was like bullying. He was making people do matches for no reason, like Bobby Lashley there. Like, you have to beat 5 people to beat me, and he'll cheat them.
Yeah.
And then he got in the Money in the Bank match without earning. And you saw how everybody, even Seth Rollins, was looking at him like, "Who are you? Why are you in this match? You didn't even earn it." And then he wins it. So all those people got beef with him.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Hey, Austin Theory, he's a prodigy though. He is a once. You don't get too many wrestlers like Austin Theory that's literally good at everything. And I think, bro, under Triple H, you could do some John Cena type stuff with Austin Austin Theory.
It was good in the way too, and that was completely comedy.
Mhm.
And yeah, and that was a total joke, and he was still good in it.
So he very and plus he does a good job of having it. I don't like you personality, so he's killing it right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully they give him back his old finisher because Ataxia is one of the best finishers in wrestling, and he does it better than anybody. And it's so much better than this weird little over the shoulder down to a destroyer knee thing that he does now. But as you were saying, I got mad pet peeves when it comes to Theory.
But I think he's very talented, and plus I think he does a good job. Like some people got like I hate you. I think he got genuine heat because he's like
he's got real wrestling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he got real wrestling.
The fans have fun not liking him.
Yeah,
and that's why I think somebody like him should be, one to get Roman's pin. I feel like Cody should get the main title, but I feel like
you don't want a heel on heel pin to be because I think it's got to be a baby.
Everybody's screwing him out of it. Better.
It's got to be a baby face that beats Roman. It can't be a heel because then I don't know. That's the one way I am traditional. I feel like when you've had a monster that's been built up like this, you've got to have a hero of equal repute come in. And what better hero than the guy who wasn't good enough, left the company, got famous enough to come back and be the best? Like, come on, man.
That is true, but WWE has to build stars too.
But Austin Theory can win though. He can win in a last man standing match that's supposed to be Sunday. He can win technically without having to pin Roman.
Or Cody can beat Roman and Austin can beat Cody.
Man, and
that's convoluted though. That's like
I was about to say that really it's so.
That sounds like Chris Jericho's.
Either way, you're sort of taking away the prestige from somebody. You're going to water down the product that's going to eventually supposed to be this dethroning of Roman Reigns. However many years of dominance that he's had.
Just imagine the power that Cody gives.
I think it all started with Edge stacked on top of Daniel Bryan. Well, it really all started with
That was a dope thing. Say, I'm going to stay both of y'all and pin both of y'all and then do it. That
and
solidified him.
To the races, bro.
That solidified him. Not only the story, but like I'm gonna pin both of y'all Hall of Famers. I'm gonna stack both of y'all.
Well, I got a question.
If you guys think Bray Wyatt's gonna come back now that Vince is gone?
That's a good question.
What you say?
Bray. Well, Bray did put something about Vince on there, so I think he's gonna get signed to somebody soon. I'm not too sure. It could be Vince.
He doesn't get in anywhere but WWE though.
He does. AEW. We seen what they do with mystical.
Yeah, Tony Khan's not got the fan base for a mystical, magical type of character.
Yeah.
They don't even do eccentric well.
That's true.
Rush came out there with tearaway stripper pants, and Andrade does too. Come on now.
Yeah, Tony ain't. I just want to see Bray Wyatt back.
He used the name Wyatt, so I think he might be hindered.
That's what made me think that he was coming back to the WWE.
On the name Wyatt, Bray Wyatt at least.
Yep.
I don't think he would use that name. It was Rotunda, and then he went back to Wyatt. I'm like, okay.
No, it was Wyndham. It was his first name. Then it went to Wyatt.
So I'm like, I'm guessing he got something maybe down there. Hopefully,
he's gonna come back with Edge.
What you got something to say? What you say?
I said that'd be different if he came back with Ed to face the other team that ain't doing anything at all. Which with Ed.
How can you make a waste of Finn Balor and Damian Priest? Maybe now that Vince is gone, it won't be a waste.
I'm gonna give him a little leeway because I think they had stuff with Rhea playing and then she.
Yeah, I was about to say with Rhea being gone, that does sort of throw a wrench into things.
Because I think that it seemed like they were planning something with Rhea versus Bianca to set up something bigger, and then they're like, "Oh, she injured and she can't do it." So now these two are just like, "Oh,
in the wind."
We just here now, and we didn't. They didn't. Our plan was to help her, and they were probably gonna do something with Montez and them, and then it all went away.
Yeah,
and like that quick. So like,
and now it's Dominic Mysterio and
So I think they kind of like, okay, we don't have nothing planned until Edge gets back. So. I don't know what we're supposed to do now. So I give him a little leeway because somebody in that plan got injured when she was going for the championship. So kind of hard.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I forgive that, even though it's a lot of stuff that they do is really stupid. Please let Finn punch a cameraman.
I mean,
Yeah. Look, Velma, he's never getting revenge for the rope cutting. I'm sorry.
That man clearly cut the rope, and he's never mad about it. You had the match won.
It sent him to the dark side. He had a heel turn over it, Velma. That was his revenge against the cameraman. The fact that he knows now that Finn's officially a heel and could strike him. The fear is the revenge.
that's the best way you could put it right there.
Well, we saw the cameraman cut it. Just let him punch a cameraman one day, and then it could be over. Just finish the story. Instead of like mystical that he just fell out the sky as the demon Finn who never
the rope just broke. No, look, you can, because of Kevin Dunn's crazy cuts, you can pause right where the cameraman cuts the rope.
We only got like 15 minutes, so I want to get over this because this is something I want to. And then y'all can stay over here.
Yeah, I was going to say the main.
Yeah,
the main reason for this started, but Vince came and threw everything into a thing.
I want to get it. By the way, y'all can stay here if y'all want to continue to talk about this because Blur Cartel will come on right after us and be live and talk about on this. Me, Tori, and Gerald is going to probably go on to talk about on Man Cave, and they'll be out Monday, so we're gonna go on to that. But Blur Cartel will be right here still talking about Vince McMahon if y'all want to talk about it. But I want to get into the WWE Tag Team Women's Division because we have 4 belts and 3 of them are vacant. For y'all that don't know why it's vacant, Vince, the last thing he ever did with a championship in the storyline wise, Cora Jade pulled a Medusa and threw the belt in the trash. So only Roxanne has a tag team belt. So you have 4 belts, only one person is carrying it. And maybe that's why they pushed the storyline faster so Vince can get through with his vendetta against Sasha or whoever. I like to make it this storyline. That's my head. That's the storyline. Yeah. This last vendetta against Sasha is I'm going to throw your tag belts away that you helped make. Because everybody know the story about her and Bayley fighting for the tag team belt. Mm-hmm. Even Bayley been on Twitter, even as a heel, upset that Cora Jade been doing it. Playing into that, like, hey, how dare you throw the belts I helped make?
Let's get to that Bayley comeback.
Which, I'm ready for her to come back because, 4 horsewoman, she's really good. It's really sad because this whole thing comes directly, is directly aimed at Sasha and Naomi. I felt like the NXT titles should have been defended on all 3 brands. I mean, not the NXT, the tag titles should have been defended on NXT, SmackDown, and Raw.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
Especially if you cut so many
people.
I don't think there should be a tag team division for women at this point. You don't have enough women tag teams, but you've got plenty of women's single action. It's the same problem.
You shouldn't have 2 women belts at all. So I don't know what's
wrong with AEW damn near shouldn't have a women's division.
I mean,
but Jade should be the only champion because if you putting Thunder Rosa on dark every time and she never wrestles on TV and she had,
I don't think they need one, bro.
Well, Jade is carrying pretty well by herself, but you can actually put everybody against Jade rather than trying to split the roster to fight Jade, and she has nobody that appears to be. People switched on Athena so fast, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've stayed right there with not liking Ember Moon or Athena. I knew this was going to happen.
They switched on her so fast. To the point where people on Twitter, AEW fans is like, hey, Jade literally has no competition.
Yeah.
I mean, and they saying Jade
and at the same time, you got people saying that Chris Statlander should beat Thunder Rosa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, bro, but you don't have to have, man. The WWE doesn't need a women's tag division, and in my opinion, AEW doesn't need a women's division.
Well, when they started it, they could because they had so many women's wrestlers. They cut so many.
Yeah, but if you cut a couple 100 wrestlers, it's a different ballgame.
That's what I'm saying. When they started, they had 80 women. Now they have 20. Well, if you add the
Maybe
new women,
30.
they got more. Yeah, but if you add NXT, you can have a lot. They had like
Yeah,
30.
you had NXT, you might have 50.
But that's the Gerald point. You could make it all of them. What you
That
make?
Yeah,
was
well, when they originally, but I think Jared's point was when they originally made the first women's tag titles, they didn't need to make NXT women's tag titles.
Yeah.
You could have just had them all challenge for them.
Yeah, exactly, and that was best bet. Like they
And
had
it
they
would
had
have
all three
worked just fine.
exactly, and that's I'm like, that would still work today. But now it's like I don't know who a tag team. One day it's Carmella and Zelina, next is Natty and Zelina, then it's Natty and Carmella, then it's Natty and her
Exactly.
sister. And I'm just like, shout out to I can't shout out to her, but I want to, but I can't. I definitely want to, but I cannot.
So JR out here doing it for you.
Shout out to
Yeah.
JR. Thank
JR
you.
is like, hey, I've been surviving all kinds of things. I'm trying to put some of this JR's barbecue sauce on that ass.
No, hey, I ain't mad at him. I just
Hey, I knock Natty's sister down in a hot second.
see. Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, you do.
Just saying, consensually, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have this problem in which if they had Sasha and Naomi will still be here if you didn't add NXT title.
Mm-hmm.
Because you still did your storyline, and then after what was it, Great American Bash, they could have defended the titles and they wouldn't be as mad. They'd be like, "What are we doing with these titles? Like we ain't got nothing." Well, Shawn Michaels could give them something to do, and they wouldn't be as upset.
Yeah. And it's just disrespectful for everything Sasha and Naomi tried to build. Like they was actually happy, they got rid of Sasha and Bailey pretty quickly when they was happy. Sasha and Naomi started really getting traction everywhere else. Like they carrying their belts to Nickelodeon premieres, Billboard premieres, like they carrying their belts. If you're doing that for your company and then, they just decide that, okay, who cares about those titles? I want you here to build up these titles. It's like, well, why'd you put these on us? Why'd you create these if we ain't doing anything?
Well, Sasha could be like, I helped create these belts, so I'm with
exactly.
Yeah. Because the Boss Hug connection really was sort of the start of the female tag division.
Yeah. And like it makes sense. And like Naomi, my problem with it, I did want to see Naomi being heel and join the bloodline. I did want to see that really, really, really bad. Mainly just because I wanted to see her be heel and her work heel, but I don't know who's heel and who's not. Is Aaliyah heel? Is Shia Lee heel? I don't know what's going on, but I really wanted to see Nate so much.
Some people are just meant to stay babyface though.
Wendy Chu is amazing because Tori don't like it, but she's doing the most she can out of this stupid gimmick, and she is giving it her all, dog. And I will respect you.
Apartment wrestling in Yokohama somewhere, bruh. Not on the WWE.
I will respect anybody that can get a stupid gimmick and give it they all and make even somebody like it. I'm gonna respect.
That's Damian Sandow.
Damian Sandow wasn't bringing pillows and onesies.
He wasn't doing that. Pillows and onesies.
Kevin and Bray, you said Bailey and Sasha asked WWE to make the women's tag team champion. My question is why? Because somebody else needed to get over, because the way Vince focuses on one person at a time is kind of makes everybody irrelevant. Charlotte.
Well, Vince used to being the only promotion in town after he took over everything.
And he would just focus on one person, so they'd be like, "Hey, this is how we can get some other people over while y'all doing this."
Yeah.
So let's be honest. It's the 4 horsewomen and Bianca, and then you have Asuka and Alexa Bliss can win a championship.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just there until Sasha and Naomi left, and then all of a sudden Liv Morgan gets a chance. Shout out to her. She worked hard enough for it.
Yeah, she deserves.
Yeah, Liv Morgan was a feel-good moment for the fans because she's been putting in the work. I mean, we've watched the whole Riot Squad get fired. Now Ruby Soho's fake getting her goddamn arm slammed in car doors on Dynamite. The other one's raising children with the Viking Raider. Good for her. And Liv Morgan's the SmackDown champ. I mean, she weathered the storm. That's a good old school wrestling feel good story.
Yeah. Why haven't AEW put a title on Ruby Soho? Is she injured? Or
because she was
they,
only cool for a week.
Gerald.
Yeah.
I'm friends with people on TikTok that's at the shows. And when women come out outside of Jade, everybody walk away. I promise you, every show. I promise you, I can go look it on TikTok every time. And they be like, "We want tag team wrestling." They all walk away, and then I'm like, "What? Y'all can't claim y'all want tag team wrestling. The only person y'all watch is Jade."
I see what Tori mean by just getting rid of it. Well, I think they.
Yeah.
I don't want them to get rid of it, but I can't say anything. Like, they have to fine tune that division. It's just
like, if you've only got a couple women, why? There's no point in it, man. There's literally no point in it because you're not going to give them enough time in comparison to all of the amazing male talent that you have on your roster. Then they're just cluttering up the
fault. It's TK fault. Why? Because
like
he ran Britt Baker to death. Like, he ran her the first 2 years
down.
Squeezed
everything that she had, and she put all that work in for that division. Now
good thing she can fall back on being a dentist.
Now she doing the same thing to Jade and milking her every week.
Yeah, he's gonna work Jade until there's no heat left.
And then Kevin Embrace and Liv Morgan has more promo time than over AEW Thunder Rosa. That's because Liv on TV and Thunder's on dark every week.
Exactly.
And like, ain't nobody can deny it. I remember y'all like, oh, they got a better roster than WWE. I'm like, over who? They don't have a better roster over Impact.
Like I said,
Stardom.
AEW would be just fine if they got rid of their women's division. No love lost. And it might make viewership go up because it'd be something different that people hadn't seen in a while. When's the last time? Think when you could go back to just 30, 40 years ago, there were no women's divisions in wrestling. It might boost the ratings to not have a women's division. It's something different.
Well, I'm with Gerald. I want them to have to. I just want them to book better. You do have wrestlers that can actually wrestle somewhat.
Almost every girl in AEW has a better matchup in the WWE than they'll ever have on AEW.
That's true. For instance, you put Thunder Rosa and then you brung out Nyla Rose and had that weird standoffish with Vicky Guerrero, in which Vicky Guerrero became a racist, and I'm like, what?
A racist against Mexicans, which she is Mexican. That's wild.
And then the next time Thunder Rosa came on TV, she literally had that segment in which her and Dustin Rhodes and Serena Dweeb out there had that weird segment in which he was like, "You believing her over me?" And I'm like, this is so awkward, to the point he was like, "This is horrible. We can't put him on TV." And I'm
like, cut it.
Jade, by the way, Jade is literally carrying right now. She is killing.
She has star power.
Yeah, but Jade's still green. She can be as green like money as she wants to be, but in ring, she's still got a ways to go.
But star power carries, and right now she is.
Star power carries until that shit goes supernova, and then you just got a black hole that's consuming money and not providing any value.
Because she in the same spot Bianca is. Like, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about at NASCAR. We talking about she's
no. Because Bianca was driving the car in the suit.
I said in the same spot, not doing the same.
Jade was waving at people, looking regular. There's a difference from driving the car.
There and waving who else in AEW there? It was a lot of.
But no, I'm saying there was a difference. So she wasn't driving the car.
Invited toward this. I'm saying that she has that much. She is invited.
I just saw Bad Bunny holding up a WWE title at the MLB All-Star game. What's up?
But I'm just saying she has enough star power to be somewhere WWE people are. But
it's weird seeing black people at NASCAR anyways. So
that was weird. Shout out to NASCAR
and I live in Indiana. There's the Indy 500. But it's still weird seeing black people in the car.
that
and Bianca was driving the car. had the title out the window. I was ready for her to ghost ride the whip. I ain't even gonna lie. With the belt, I was like, this is gonna be a moment.
To tell you the truth, Jade would be better on WWE than she would in AEW.
Well, she one of the people
That's
Vince
why-
actually wanted to sign, but she chose not to because they told her that
And
he don't
now
care
it's
about
about
her
to look
kids.
real wild with Vince gone.
That was a crazy statement when she said them people told her, the coach, like, we don't care about your kid. You owned by WWE now.
That's how they feel. That's how they feel.
Yeah, I would say
I can't-
wrestling fandom toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went. She said she interviewed. They wanted her, but she like, I want to be here. She's like, we want you here. And then they're like, she's like, but what about my time, with my kid? Like, your time is WWE's time now. She's like, nah, I'm signing somewhere.
Yeah.
That's the only reason she ain't signed with WWE, according to her story. That's what
Yeah.
It makes sense that WWE would say that too. Like,
if you on Twitch, they're like, we own your Twitch. I'm like, what? That's my Twitch. What you mean you own it?
They're like, no, we want a piece of all third-party revenue generating businesses. What are you talking about?
Hopefully Nick Khan knows how. We don't forget.
Hey, that might have been a Nick Khan. That might have been a Nick Khan thing. You never know.
Nah, that's more Vince thing.
You think that was more Vince?
And his every company being don't have that kind of thing. That's kind of a WWE-ish thing only.
I felt like it's more of a wrestling thing, the whole independent contractor scheme.
That's an independent contract. Like Nick Khan must have worked where you have workers that can do that anyway. So I don't think he ever thought of that. Maybe
you think we get a wrestling union now that Vince is gone? They deserve one.
They deserve one. I hope. But I think that's still, with him still being the shareholder, I can't see that happening.
Yeah.
But is Tony Khan go for that too? Because you don't. And the union is.
I don't know, but at least Tony Khan be letting people's contracts run out. He doesn't be throwing you out of sign you to a 3-year contract and then throw you out a year later like Vince did. At least Tony Khan lets them expire. You get paid your whole time.
Man, what I think the whole Cora Jade thing could have been an amazing storyline if they didn't have the NXT belts. I think the Cora Jade storyline with Roxanne would have been, they would have lost the belt to Sasha and Naomi. Roxanne would have said, I'm going for the world title now since we lost. It makes Cora Jade point more relevant because we just lost the belt. So why are you going for another belt and you trying to outshine me? You attack her before the match. You don't have to do it, then you can draw it out longer and then have more of a storyline instead of just, we won the belt last week. Why are you attacking your friend to hold the belt? I don't understand. And then trashing the belt, it's like too fast of a storyline. But I think Cora Jade, Roxanne is the ultimate babyface to me as one of the characters. And I think Cora will be amazing as a heel. Like I said, she's a good girl who probably always looked at like, I could play a bad girl, and those used to do really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Roman Reigns is like a good dude who get to portray a bad guy, and I think that's why it works so well.
Yeah. That's how I kind of feel about Triple H. Well, that's how I mean,
look at Gigi Dolan. Think about how she was before she got to the WWE.
How was she? Because I've been
she wild. Jerry.
Well,
she was wild.
She used to use tampons as a weapon, and she was married to Darby Allin.
I did not know that.
Yeah, she it was on Fightful, it was on the news, it was some crazy name, but like this is wild. It was
wild.
It was on Wrestling Inc. and everybody had a video on it. It was like, what?
She pulled out a used tampon and hit somebody in the face with it, bro.
It was strange.
It was wild.
That made the news too, and everybody like, well, I don't know what wrestling came to.
Wrestling is mad different, bro.
She can get away with a lot of stuff.
Darby Allin does to your wrestling. You're trying.
But shout out to NXT 2.0 because that's one that they changed up.
Yeah, they switched her completely, and she's way more
like,
comfortable.
And everybody like, I'm talking about, you hear them fans in them stadiums, they love her.
She's already got the look of a star, bro. Like she's
especially
one of the ones that I could see her doing. Like you could end up putting like I said, WWE's women's roster blows AEW's roster out of the water 11 times out of 11.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if WWE going to TV 14,
it might be.
If you was uncomfortable,
it might be rough time.
If you was uncomfortable doing something, thank God all those people gone.
Oof.
From Bruce,
but TV 14 without Vince,
if
there might not be no TV.
NXT would be must see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would have had Nikita Lyons and Cora Jade and them doing.
Hey, he would have that. Nikita Lyons would have been in a goddamn bra and panties match post haste.
They would have, and the internet would have went.
I'd have watched it.
Crazy.
I'd have turned on NXT for that.
Me too. I'd have to keep it on a tablet separate from the rest of the family.
Not me. I'm right there in the living room. I'm like, damn.
I can't do that.
Look at that.
And he would have probably got that Valerie girl to go against her. Like, yo, this is what they want to see.
Whoever.
And they
throw them all in there.
It would have popped
the kiddie pool.
That 18 to 49 would have popped a 5.
Oh yeah, that demo would have been stupid.
Look, even Karen like, yeah, Vincent, but we ain't gonna get that. So hopefully it'd be a
lot. That's one of the things we won't get without Vince, but hopefully we'll get better wrestling as a whole.
But if it was TV 14 with Vince, you know he an old pervert. So even Kevin agree with us. Oh, we appreciate y'all. We gotta get out of here. Jared, what can they find you?
You can find me on the book, on the Twitter. I ain't doing much, chilling, eating.
Tor, what can they find you?
You already know, AfroComedy765 on all platforms. Catch me over here on Overall 99, having hot takes and trash takes that you can all marvel and wonder at.
We'll be back tomorrow for the San Diego Cons Marvel review and DC review, and we're gonna talk about it. Some stuff came up today. We're gonna talk about that all tomorrow night after all the stuff come out, so we can break that down. You will be back for Man Cave. We're about to go record Man Cave. By the way, you can stay here and come on the channel. Blur TV, Blur Cartel is right now talking about Vince McMahon statements. So if you want to go check them out, go check them out. They are live right now, or starting to get live. They might be a little late, so we give them a little time. So they might be starting very soon. So we're here for that. So go watch them if you want to talk about Vince McMahon live, because we're coming. So I'm trying to shoot y'all to them. You know what I'm saying? So like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll talk more wrestling. We'll be on there with them probably next week. I don't know if Gerald or Tori probably will, but we'll be on there with them next week talking wrestling. But yeah, we'll be on there. So Kevin, they on right now live, or be on in about 10 minutes or whatever. I don't know what time they. I am not watching them right now, but they on live on this channel. Another group talking about Vince McMahon. So if you want to sit there and talk some more wrestling, talk to they on right now. Like I said, we got Man Cave about to record. So see y'all soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.